Chapter 4 Measures of Length, Weight and Capacity. Different units of measurement. The length, mass and capacity are basic measurements. The standard units of length, mass and capacity are meter, m, gram, g, and liter, L respectively. Length is measured in kilometer, meter, and centimeter. Weight is measured in kilogram and gram. Capacity is measured in liter and milliliter. We know that 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter, 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram, 1000 milliliter is equal to 1 liter. We need some more units of measurement for finding more accurate weights. So we extend this system of metric measurement to units higher than the basic standard units as well as units lower than basic units of length, weight and capacity. Kilometer, hectometer, decameter. Higher units, kilogram, hectogram, decagram. Higher units, kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter. Length, weight, capacity. Meter, lower units, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. Gram, lower units, decigram, centigram, milligram. Liter, lower units, deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. Look at the following table. Place value chart. Thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. 1000, 100, 10, 1, 1/10ths, 1/100ths, 1/1000ths. Kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, milli. Kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. Kilogram, hectogram, decagram, gram, decigram, centigram, milligram. Kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, liter, deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. When we move towards left from the standard unit, that is meter, gram, liter, each unit is increased by 10 times. When we move towards right, each unit becomes 1/10 of the previous unit. Using this relationship between units, we can make tables which will be more helpful in conversions. Measures of length. A relationship between the units of length is given below. 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. Option 10 mm is equal to 1 cm. 10 centimeters is equal to 1 decimeter. 10 cm is equal to 1 dm. 10 decimeters is equal to 1 meter. 10 dm is equal to 1 m. 10 meters is equal to 1 decameter. 10 m is equal to 1 dam. 10 decameters is equal to 1 hectometer. 10 dam is equal to 1 hm. 10 hectometers is equal to 1 kilometer. 10 hm is equal to 1 km. Measures of weight. A relationship between the units of mass is given below. 10 milligrams is equal to 1 centigram. 10 mg is equal to 1 cg. 10 centigrams is equal to 1 decigram. 10 cg is equal to 1 dg. 10 decigrams is equal to 1 gram. 10 dg is equal to 1 g. 10 grams is equal to 1 decagram. 10 g is equal to 1 dag. 10 decagrams is equal to 1 hectogram. 10 dag is equal to 1 hg. 10 hectograms is equal to 1 kilogram. 10 hg is equal to 1 kg. Measures of capacity. A relationship between the units of capacity is given below. 10 milliliters is equal to 1 centiliters. 10 ml is equal to 1 cl. 10 centiliters is equal to 1 deciliter. 10 cl is equal to 1 dl. 10 deciliters is equal to 1 liter. 10 dl is equal to 1 L. 10 liters is equal to 1 decaliters. 10 liter is equal to 1 dal. 10 decaliters is equal to 1 hectoliter. 10 dal is equal to 1 HL. 10 hectoliters is equal to 1 kiloliter. 10 HL is equal to 1 KL. Conversion of one unit into another unit. Using the table showing the relationship between the units, we get 10 mm is equal to 1 cm, 100 cm is equal to 1 m, 1000 m is equal to 1 km. Similarly, 10 mg is equal to 1 cg, 100 cg is equal to 1 g, 1000 g is equal to 1 kg. Similarly, 10 ml is equal to 1 cl, 100 cl is equal to 1 liter, 1000 ml is equal to 1 liter, 1000 liters is equal to 1 kl. Example 1. Convert the following. 1. 6893 meter into kilometer and meter. 2. 5735 milliliter into liter and milliliter. Solution 1. We know that 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. 6893 meters is equal to 6000 meters plus 893 meters. Because 6000 meters is equal to 6 kilometers is equal to 6 kilometers plus 893 plus 893 meters. 2. 5735 milliliters is equal to 5000 milliliter plus 735 milliliters is equal to 5 liters plus 735 milliliters, because 5000 milliliters is equal to 5 liters. Example 2. Convert the following. 1. 2897 milligram into gram, centigram and milligram. 2. 7158 millimeter into meter, centimeter and millimeter. Solution 1. 2897 milligrams is equal to 2000 milligrams plus 897 milligrams is equal to 2 grams plus 897 milligrams, since 2000 milligrams is equal to 2 grams is equal to 2 grams plus 890 milligrams plus 7 milligrams is equal to 2 grams plus 89 centigrams plus 7 milligrams. Since 10 milligrams is equal to 1 centigrams is equal to 2 grams, 89 centigrams and 7 milligrams. 2. 7158 millimeters is equal to 7000 millimeters plus 158 millimeters is equal to 7 meters plus 150 millimeters plus 8 millimeters. Since 7000 millimeters is equal to 7 meters is equal to 7 meters plus 15 centimeters plus 8 millimeters. Since 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 7 meters, 15 centimeters and 8 millimeters. Adding and subtracting measures. Example 3. Find the sum of 40 liters, 525 milliliters and 8 liters, 825 milliliters. 2. 31 kilograms, 780 grams and 22 kilograms, 345 grams. 3. 25 kilometers, 678 meters and 12 kilometers, 375 meters. Solution 1. First write the measures in columns, then add them. 40 liters, 525 milliliters plus 40 liters, 825 milliliters is equal to 49 liters, 350 milliliters. Working, 525 milliliters plus 825 milliliters is equal to 1350 milliliters. Now 1350 milliliters is equal to 1 liter plus 350 milliliters. Then 40 liters plus 8 liters plus 1 liter is equal to 49 liters. Hence, the required sum is 49 liters and 350 milliliters. 2. 31 kilograms, 780 grams plus 22 kilograms, 345 grams is equal to 54 kilograms and 125 grams. Working, 780 grams plus 345 grams is equal to 1125 grams. Now 1125 grams is equal to 1 kilograms plus 125 grams. Then 31 kilograms plus 22 kilograms plus 1 kilograms is equal to 54 kilograms. Hence, the required sum is 54 kilograms and 125 grams. 3. 25 kilometers, 678 meters plus 12 kilometers, 375 meters is equal to 38 kilometers and 53 meters. Working, 678 meters plus 375 meters is equal to 1053 meters. Now 1053 meters is equal to 1 kilometers plus 53 meters. Then 25 kilometers plus 12 kilometers plus 1 kilometer is equal to 38 kilometers. Hence, the required sum is 35 kilometers and 53 meters. Example 4. Subtract 1. 24 liters 325 milliliters from 32 liters 350 milliliters. 2. 26 kilometers 650 meters from 40 kilometers 350 meters. 3. 41 kilograms 375 grams from 62 kilograms 250 grams. Solution 1. First write the measures in columns, then subtract them. 32 liters 350 milliliters minus 24 liters 325 milliliters is equal to 8 liters and 25 milliliters. Working, 350 milliliters minus 325 milliliters is equal to 25 milliliters. 32 liters minus 24 liters is equal to 8 liters. Hence, the required difference is 8 liters and 25 milliliters. 2. 40 kilometers 350 meters minus 26 kilometers 650 meters is equal to 13 kilometers and 700 meters. Working, we can't subtract 650 meters from 350 meters. Borrow 1 kilometer from 40 kilometers. So 40 kilometers minus 1 kilometer is equal to 39 kilometers remains. Now 1 kilometer plus 350 meters is equal to 1000 meters plus 350 meters is equal to 1350 meters. 1350 meters minus 650 meters is equal to 700 meters. Also, 39 kilometers minus 26 kilometers is equal to 13 kilometers. Hence, the required difference is 13 kilometers and 700 meters. 3. 62 kilograms 250 grams minus 41 kilograms and 375 grams is equal to 20 kilograms and 875 grams. Working, since 375 grams is greater than 250 grams, we borrow 1 kilogram from 62 kilograms. Hence, 61 kilograms remain. Now, 250 grams plus 1 kilogram is equal to 250 grams plus 1000 grams is equal to 1250 grams. 1250 grams minus 375 grams is equal to 875 grams. Also, 61 kilograms minus 41 kilograms is equal to 20 kilograms. Hence, the required difference is 20 kilograms and 875 grams. Example 5. There was 86 liters 500 milliliters of water in a tub. 43 liters 450 milliliters of water was used. Find the remaining quantity of water in the tub. Solution. The quantity of water in the tub is 86 liters 500 milliliters. The quantity of water used in 43 liters 450 milliliters. Therefore, remaining quantity of water in the tub is equal to 86 liters 500 milliliters minus 43 liters 450 milliliters is equal to 43 liters and 50 milliliters. Example 6. A car covered a distance of 80 kilometers 750 meters in 1 hour and 75 kilometers 350 meters in the second hour. Find the total distance covered in the 2 hours. Solution. Distance covered in the first hour is equal to 80 kilometers 750 meters. Distance covered in the second hour is equal to 75 kilometers 350 meters. Distance covered in 2 hours 80 kilometers 750 meters plus 75 kilometers 350 meters. 350 meters is equal to 156 kilometers and 100 meters. Thus, the car covered the distance of 156 kilometers 100 meters in 2 hours. Example 7. A public distribution shop has 72 kilograms 375 grams of sugar. If 375 kilograms 500 grams more sugar is brought to the shop, then how much sugar is there now? Solution. Quantity of sugar present in shop is 72 kilograms 375 grams. Quantity of sugar brought in shop is 375 kilograms 500 grams. Therefore, the total quantity of sugar in shop is equal to 72 kilograms 375 grams plus 375 kilograms 500 grams is equal to 447 kilograms and 875 grams. Example 8. There is a rope of 80 meters length. If a piece of length 32 meters 40 centimeters is cut from the rope, how much rope is left? Solution. The length of the rope is equal to 80 meters. The length of the piece of rope that is cut is equal to 32 meters 40 centimeters. The remaining length of the rope is equal to 80 meters minus 32 meters 40 centimeters. 80 meters minus 32 meters 40 centimeters is equal to 47 meters and 60 centimeters. Put 00 at vacant place of cm. Hence, the length of remaining rope is 47 meters and 60 centimeters. Estimating measures in length, weight, and volume. Capacity. We have learned in the earlier chapter how to estimate sum and difference of numbers. Now we shall use those rules for estimating measures in length, weight, and volume. Estimating sum. Take a book. Let its length and breadth be 35 centimeters and 22 centimeters and 22 centimeters respectively. Can you estimate the sum of the length and breadth of the book? Clearly, we first round off both the length and breadth in centimeters to the nearest 10 and then add the rounded numbers. Length 35 centimeters, breadth 22 centimeters. Estimated sum 40 plus 20 is equal to 60. Actual sum 35 plus 22 is equal to 57. Thus, the estimated sum of the length and breadth of the book is 60 centimeters. Clearly, the estimated sum 60 centimeters differs from the actual sum 57 centimeters by 3 centimeters. 60 centimeters minus 57 centimeters is equal to 3 centimeters. Similarly, we can estimate the sum to measure weight and volume. Now, let us consider some examples to learn how to estimate these measurements. Example 9. A man bought 18 kilograms wheat and 23 kilograms rice from the market. Estimate the total weight. Solution. First, we have to round off both the weights to the nearest 10 and then add them. Estimated sum. Rounded to the nearest 10, 20, 23. Rounded to the nearest 10, 20. 20 plus 20 is equal to 40. Hence, the estimated total weight of wheat and rice is 40 kilograms. Example 10. One bottle contains 175 milliliters mustard oil and another bottle contains 135 milliliters mustard oil. Estimate the total quantity of mustard oil in the two bottles. Solution. Clearly, to estimate the total quantity of mustard oil, first we have to round off the quantity in each bottle to the nearest 10 or 100 and add them. 1. Rounding off to the nearest 10. Estimated sum. 175 rounded to the nearest 10, 180. 135 rounded to the nearest 10 plus 140. 180 plus 140 is equal to 320. Hence, the total estimated quantity of mustard oil in the two bottles is 320 milliliters in terms of the nearest 10. 2. Rounding off to the nearest 100. Estimated sum. Rounded to the nearest 100. Estimated sum 200. 135 rounded to the nearest 100. Estimated sum 100. 200 plus 100 is equal to 300. Hence, the total estimated quantity of mustard oil in the two bottles is 300 milliliters in terms of the nearest 100. Estimating difference. Let us consider some examples to learn how to estimate the difference in measuring length, weight, and volume. Example 11. A train has to travel a total distance of 574 kilometers. It has already covered a distance of 255 kilometers. Estimate the remaining distance that the train has to travel. Solution. To estimate the remaining distance, first we have to round off both the total distance in kilometers and distance traveled in kilometers to the nearest 10 or 100 and then subtract. 1. Rounding off to the nearest 10. Total distance 574 kilometers. Estimated difference rounding to the nearest 10 570. Distance traveled 255 kilometers. Rounding to the nearest 10 260. 570 minus 260 is equal to 310. Hence, the estimated remaining distance is 310 kilometers in terms of the nearest 10. 2. Rounding off to the nearest 100. Total distance 574 kilometers. Estimated difference. Rounding to the nearest 100, 600. Distance traveled 255 kilometers. Rounding to the nearest 100, 300. 600 minus 300 is equal to 300. Hence, the estimated remaining distance is 300 kilometers in terms of the nearest 100. Example 12. A vessel contains 625 milliliters of milk and another vessel contains 455 milliliters of milk. Estimate the difference between the quantity of milk between the two vessels in terms of the nearest 100. Solution. To estimate the required difference, first we have to round off the quantity of milk in milliliters in each vessel to the nearest 100 and then subtract. 625 rounded to the nearest 100, estimated difference 600. 455 rounded to the nearest 100, 500. 600 minus 500 is equal to 100. Hence, the estimated difference of the quantity of milk between the two vessels is 100 milliliters in terms of the nearest 100.